Hello Aries, welcome to your May 2020 Practically Soulful reading. My name is Ali. If you have not been to this channel before, thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. You can find out a little bit more about the work that I do with Indigo Ascension and Soul Ascension Healing at the links below to my Facebook page and website address. Practically Soulful is designed to connect you into your higher knowing, your higher wisdom, to bridge mainstream and soul. Embody 5D into 3D, yeah? I feel it's fundamentally about what ascension is in its very simplistic terms. It's about infusing the everyday with the magic that we really are, with the higher knowing that we all have. So my intention with my readings are for healing of past timelines, for clarity of future timelines moving forward, and for confirmation more than anything for what you deeply and intuitively already know. Yeah? Intuition is our divine birthright. We all have it. Depending on how much we use it, will just let us know how much we are able to access that energy in our lives. And it is simple as that, no different to the physical level, the emotional level, the mind level. And we are so really good at working with those three levels of self. But as I say in my healing work, you know, we are 5 bodies. There are 5 dimensions within us. We are more than just the physical. We are more than just our emotions and our thoughts. We are also an energy body, and we are a soul. Okay, let's start. My lovely Aries, let's see what energies you are vibrating at, working with, what wisdoms are trying to come through and apply themselves into the very practical reality that we all find ourselves in for the Aries zodiac. Okay, so we're coming out of the energy of perseverance and knowing we need to persevere through something. Okay, now listen Aries, there's beautiful energy here, I will say. Underneath all of this is the energy of happiness. You know, and you are crowned by adversity. You know that any experience in the past or that you're currently experiencing, any adversity you are experiencing is ultimately wanting to keep turning your view, your head, your knowing to what happiness is. Does this make me happy? The frequency of happiness is our truth. Notice what you feel around who you feel when you feel it. Yeah, adversity has taught you a lot, to the point that your path, your purpose has been a lighthouse somewhat, even for those that have crossed your path. Your adversity is a wisdom teacher in itself, not just for you but for others. You're able to share your gift and your story with. And it is about how much we have not allowed happiness to permeate our truth and our reality, and how much we now choose to. Yeah, we're redefining what happiness is for us, and it doesn't have to be what it used to be. You're working with retrograde energy like all of us. You know, 4 planets are in retrograde from May. The planet of Venus, Jupiter, Pluto, Saturn. You know, we're redefining structure, rules, boundaries when it comes to love, when it comes to our deeper subconscious motivations and how we manifest change and experience growth, or give ourselves permission to grow from old paradigms. There's a new story of how happiness looks, feels, and it's wanting you to truly learn from adversity. And I feel I'm connecting to Aries that have been doing that. Because I see here that you're in your head. You know, what centers your reading is the card of worry. And we can stay stuck in worry. We can do this eat, sleep, repeat thing, but we're never truly experiencing true abundance and growth. Because this is what you've got coming up, Aries. There's growth here. There is an abundance of happiness for you that is trying to make its way into your life, make itself known to you. But it is through this perseverance that you're recently coming out of, and genuinely seeing your adversity in a whole new way, your challenges, the blocks and brick walls that are being placed in your path, not to upset you and create unhappiness, but ultimately to teach you some form of value, to genuinely connect into this energy more amplified. Underneath all this is, look, what you've grown in, okay? Your path since now has been grown in doubt, has been grown in worry. And yes, as an Aries, there's been many times perhaps where you've dived right in head first. And maybe you've been surrounded by opinions of others in the past. You know, you shouldn't do that, you can't do. This is about truly connecting into you and what happiness means for you. Yeah, knowing clearly with practical application what adversity has taught you, how much you're allowing the choices, opinions, words of others to influence this. I'm only going to be happy if I have X, Y, Z, if I'm settled down, married, have this. No, happiness is a frequency, it is an energy. It does not come from something outside of ourselves because of a title, a job, another person. It comes from within as an energy that we experience within ourselves. And it definitely doesn't feel like this or this. To truly know what happiness is to know what it is not. Yeah? To worry if something's going to remain happy is what keeps us stuck in our head. It keeps us from growing in abundance because we're always waiting for adversity to happen. I'm not going to choose to take a risk because I don't know how long that will last. This is not about a state that lasts. Neither is happiness. Like clouds, our emotions are like clouds. There's nothing that a child can't teach us when it comes to how quickly emotions flow and how quickly we can adapt and be resilient. You are coming out of this knowing, this application, this perseverance through your journey. Just because you are not feeling happy today does not mean you have failed when it comes to knowing what that energy means for you. I feel like I'm connecting to areas that are redefining it though, how life looked and the bullet points, the necessary items, inclusions that you perhaps once thought would lead to happiness are no longer applying. You are resetting, reforming, recreating definitions around this. Okay? I know that I can do whatever I set my mind to. You know, there have been times that you have experienced happiness. There have been many times that you have experienced abundance. And yes, there have been times that you have experienced adversity, worry, doubt. But through it all, you have been courageous, Aries. You have embraced that internal passion and fire for purpose and self, knowing that there is always a light at the end of the tunnel. The sun will always rise no matter how dark the night is. This is the cycle of life. This is the cycle of our emotions and knowing, yeah? This is not a permanent state, and it is unrealistic for us to expect it to be. When it comes to love, when it comes to connection, when it comes to success, career, situations. How much money is in your bank today is not a reflection of truth, because it might look different to how much was, in your bank 6 months ago, a year ago. None of that defines you and what this means for you. How many times in life have you had nothing but yet experienced this because you had the simple things that you truly were grateful for and were able to connect into? This is unique to us all, and is a state, it is a frequency within here because of this, and that we've used this to our advantage rather than to our failure. The mind is not the enemy. And there's a beautiful aspect within the mind that we can create positive visions, imagination, despite the past. We can persevere through knowing that we are worthy of this. We know that we can experience this just as equally as we can experience that, and we still choose to wake up. We still choose to take a risk. I don't have to tell many Aries to take a risk. You know that that is truth. Yeah, like a toddler. In one day, they can experience the spectrum of emotions. We know that. We accept it. We love them. And you guys are very similar. I've got an Aries that I deeply love. And she is like water off a duck's back when adversity hits her, when challenge hits her. But she can rage at injustice and then quickly forget that and then be this giggling energy that delights in something. That's the energy of what you guys are. You know that you are the ebb and flow of emotional life, love, passion. Because there's a shadow side to passion. You Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, as the divine spark. You guys know what it is to connect into that motivating energy that fuels us, that makes us get up every day. That can look like anger sometimes, and frustration and rage. But if we're going to be sitting in worry and doubt, don't sit there too long, because it's actually not who you are. I feel a strength in you guys that I'm connecting into, Aries. Because you're persevering, okay? You know this. I don't have to tell you. You know that is a choice in the moment. And I'm not saying that there are circumstances that you don't need to be worried about. I know the situations that a lot of us are facing right now can be very bleak. It's a deep change for a lot of us when it comes to our finances, our living situations, our careers. You know, I get it. But right here, just for this time, just for this moment, just for you, you deserve to feel this in whatever form it comes. If that is a simple cup of tea to start your day, watching your child laugh and play, something that makes you giggle and laugh that you've seen as you flick through your newsfeed on Facebook. This is about health. Maybe you're connecting into a health profession, okay? The adversity that has come when it comes to your health and well-being, because stress and worry and doubt causes 90% of illness. We know this. It is not physically good for us. And it's very easy for an outsider to say, don't stress, I get it. When we are facing circumstances that truly feel adverse and bring adversity into our life, it is deeply challenged on a mental level to find some ray of hope. And it's almost insensitive for someone to say, don't worry, it's fine, don't worry, don't stress, you know. You have to travel through that energy to truly feel it. And we all know individually on our own terms what that means for us when it's time to process it and choose courage to let go and to start something new, to find a solution, yeah? It's about being disciplined and deeply grateful for the relationships in our lives that have ultimately taught us everything we need to know. When it comes to the value of our tenacity, Aries, when it comes to the value of our courage, when it comes to the value of our imagination, when we choose happiness, when we choose to persevere through times that fill us with this, because we know that it ultimately leads to this at one point, at some point. There are many times in the timeline when you have experienced happiness and abundance, just as equally as you have experienced adversity and worry and doubt. They've all been of purpose, they have all been gifts. And just because a gift comes wrapped in dark paper does not take away the fact that it is still a gift. For growth, for wisdom, for knowing self better. And sometimes we need to know ourselves to know what our boundaries are, what our new goals and visions for self are, what our hopes are, how we've always processed and worked within worry and doubt, and not truly allowed ourselves full permission, you know, to move outside of the adversity that has been in our lives so that we can experience genuine abundance and happiness. Let's take a look at what the tarot wants to say, my loves. Three of Swords, the Two of Swords, the Ten of Cups, the Emperor, the Page of Wands, the Ace of Cups, Eight of Swords, Knight of Cups, the Knight of Wands, the King of Pentacles, the Three of Wands, the Four of Wands. Holy Julie. Ace of Wands. This is you sparking the truth of the divine essence. That is you. This is a divine spark of life, love, passion, creativity, purpose, connection to life, purpose, and steps moving forward. Wherever you are now, you are healing and transmuting from fears of betrayal, from the fears of how betrayal can ultimately impact your emotional fulfillment and happy family life. Maybe betrayal has affected a relationship, a marriage, a connection, Aries. But you are stepping out of your fear of betrayal in order to experience true emotional fulfillment, I feel. I feel like the past is relevant when it comes to this betrayal energy, because what you're experiencing now is a flushing and it is all new. You end the month with long-term stability, marriage, and manifestation energy, knowing that there is a path that is paved for you. And it has been because of adversity. It is because you have chosen to persevere. It is because you have chosen and believed in the energy of abundance, love, happiness. Yeah? You are moving into abundance. There's a connection, a marriage, a commitment here. Make no mistake. It is youthful energy, but it makes you feel in love with life again and possibilities after a time of betrayal, after times in a journey through the fear of betrayal, a fear of not being seen and mirrored for who I am. I have certain needs, I have certain desires. This is what I want from love, what will make me feel emotionally fulfilled, Aries. And I just want the other to feel that. Yeah? There's a new connection here. The Emperor, the Page of Wands, the Ace of Cups. There is an offer of love on the table for you. Love is being offered. Maybe you are doing this. Putting down your rules and boundaries and deciding, I'm going to state my truth, ask for what I want. Maybe someone is wanting to be the Emperor in your life. At any rate, you are experiencing what that means for you to be the Emperor of your life, so that you can truly know what love looks like, what this new beginning in emotional fulfillment is like. When the Ace of Cups shows up, it could be the birth of a child, okay? The birth of a new chapter, the birth of a new relationship. This is emotional. You've got the Ace of Cups, you've got the Ten of Cups, you've got the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands is the marriage card. You end the month with this. 3, 4, you are graduating into what and feels like home. What and who feels like home. This is your commitment, your long-term stability. You might be connecting in to a Capricorn, a Virgo, a Taurus. You know, the King of Pentacles is long-term stability. This is marriage material. Yeah? That is what you're wanting. That's what you're getting, what you're moving into. There's a beautiful connection that feels like passion, that feels like love. You know, it perhaps even felt non-committal in the past, but there's a genuine offer of love here. And it is perhaps out of fear we were motivated to be in and out, this constant on-off. Where to from here? Yeah? The last 8 years might tell us a relevant story, Aries, when it comes to this energy and this storyline that you are navigating through. I'm going to tell you, it ends in marriage, it ends in long-term commitment. But first, it's about seeing the wisdom of what adversity has taught you. How genuinely beneficial worry and doubt has been in your journey to date. How you have chosen to persevere regardless, because there's a fundamental guiding system, a guiding light, a lighthouse that has been wanting you to keep looking up, you know? Because this has been the goal of it all. No one can determine what this feels like for us except us. The Ace of Wands, the Eight of Wands, the Six of Swords, the Hermit. You are really actively moving. Look at this energy. The Eight of a lot of online communications, you know, a divine spark, an inspiration, idea, a lot of communications around passion and passionately wanting this. Yeah, moving into more peaceful waters thanks to the Six of Swords. Because there's been a time of really going in and connecting to the wisdom within thanks to the Hermit. This is about no more holding back, okay? No more holding back, and sometimes what makes us feel held back is this devil energy, the shadow elements of connection, commitment, but make no mistake, it is a commitment card. It is definitely a commitment card. And this is about you realizing this Empress energy. Sorry, Aries. This was about you realizing the Empress energy that you are. You know, this is creative life force. She wants for nothing. She creates her reality. She manifests her own abundance because she knows exactly what happiness feels like, unique to her. What she needs when it comes to emotional fulfillment. And it is not until we're embodying this energy genuinely that it is seen and recognized and honored by others. You do not doubt the Empress. You do not doubt that she will say no and put a boundary line down. That her boundaries cannot be tested. And she deeply knows what she wants. And if it does not align to her, whether it is a career, a connection, a friendship, it does not affect this within her, but she accepts all else and others exactly as they are, and she just simply knows that they do not align. So they're not meant to be in her life. Their opinions do not define her happiness. Yeah? The energy of the Empress is manifestation energy. Look at what you can gestate, create 9 months from now. You know, the Empress, she's pregnant in nearly every other tarot deck. You know, she symbolizes birth and fertility. There is a creation of new life, a new connection, a new way of experiencing your emotions and emotional fulfillment. Watch what you can grow and create in the next 9 months. I feel that's of relevance here. You know, this is the start of something, the start of a relationship, the start of a new career, a new focus for self and what happiness means to you, what will bring in abundance and what abundance means for you. Yeah, the Three of Pentacles. This is a start and wanting to start something here. I feel this is new. I feel this is new, and it could be a leveling up within an existing connection that felt like this in and out energy where a commitment was not solidified and we were afraid if someone wanted the same thing as us, is what I'm picking up on, Aries. You know, there's this worry and doubt, you know, that we've persevered through something. We have identified what happiness means for us. We've stated truth. You know, there's a lot of watching and news energy here with the Page of Swords. Maybe this worry and doubt is because we've been doing a lot of watching and waiting. Someone sees us for who we are. We are seen for who we are. You are seeing something for what it is. Yeah. It's wanting to communicate something, but it's not a guarantee that a communication will happen. So when we have worry and doubt, it is naturally as a result of just watching and not speaking. We're not working with creative energy. Yeah, we're not working with energy that comes with an output. And an output could be a request. An output could be putting a boundary line down, stating who we are. It's all well and good to think things and feel things and have this whole dimensional world happening within us, because we've created storylines that are fed on this energy, worry and doubt. But we truly don't know what something is unless we ask. We truly don't know what something will be unless we begin. And none of us ever begin anything thinking that it will fail, and we still go ahead. It is worry and fear that keeps us held back from starting something, because the past has shown us that not all things are abundant and lead to happiness all of the time. But that is the nature and cycle of life, Aries. Just as none of us start something thinking that it will definitely fail, none of us start something either truly thinking that it will always be successful, always be happy 100% of the time. That is normal. And we inherently know that, Aries. We inherently know it is unhealthy and not normal to expect something will vibrate to the frequency of happiness and abundance all of the time. Whether that is a career path, whether that is a choice to connect with someone else. We can only come and travel in good, full faith, knowing each step of the way I have connected into what this feels like for me. That yes, I have learned from my adversity, but I'm not here to recreate it because of worry and worry and doubt recreates adversity. When it comes to manifestation, we are so fundamentally amazing at manifestation, Aries. Think about it. I'm not going to pass that test. I'm not going to find a car park at that very busy shopping centre on Christmas Eve. He's going to cheat on me. She's going to lie to me. We are manifesting all of the time. And there are times, and many times in life, when we have proven ourselves right. But it's not until we really get to the crux of it to see that we've been manifesting from this energy, yeah? I think it's almost unexplainable that we think that we cannot manifest, because naturally we know how to manifest in those lower realms. We have been doing it our whole lives. We know how to work with fear energy. It forms the foundation of our society. It is something quite different to genuinely manifest from this frequency. That is the challenge. That is the gift for you this month. But you know what? That's actually what you have decided already. So my only heads up is don't slip back into old paradigms. Don't slip back into old energy frequencies of worry and doubt. You will create it, and I can guarantee you will create it. But there is a very strong calling for you this month to focus on this and this, because you will very much achieve it. Be very aware of your thoughts. And we can catch ourselves, okay? We can catch ourselves in the moment. Be your own lighthouse. Be your own guidance. Remember your purpose, your why. Know that you are strong in yourself to be able to deal with adversity when and if it shows up. When and if it shows up. Do not declare and decide, yes, it's going to be failing. It's not going to. Because we've done that. We know how to do that, Aries. Try to flip the coin. Flip the script. Would you want your child to think like that? Would you want your loved ones to think like that? Friends and family that you deeply care about, what do you say to them when they are in that state of 100% believing that failure will happen? The same must apply to us. Doesn't matter if it's a career choice, a risk in love, starting all over again, or a new chapter in an existing love is what I'm feeling, you know? There's confirmation and clarity. This is wanting that next level up. This is the graduation card. The Ace of Swords is taking a relationship to the next level. You know, a situation is now confirmed. A relationship, there's now an engagement. Marriage, there's marriage here. There's commitment here. You know, you are finding your happiness home and earth. What makes you true? What and who makes you truly fulfilled? You are getting clear about that and cutting away all other influences, even the ones from self, like I said, about the worry and doubt, the opinions of others, the past. And this is not about being naive, Aries, because we are, in our adversity, we are wise because we accept the gift that it gave us. It taught us a lot about our boundaries, about ourselves, about what we will and won't put up with. We recognize the truth of others' motivations, their fears even. Because underneath a lot of shadow behavior is genuinely a sense of being scared. That's not excusing bad behavior. Yeah, we can see with compassion. But more importantly, we must start with self to do that, to put strong boundary lines down about what we will and will not tolerate. To step into this Empress energy that's on offer to you this month, you know? Walking away from conflict. To truly choose divine love. This feels powerful, Aries. Emotional loss has taught you a lot, you know, but to feel optimistic is perhaps the greatest gift of any adversity and loss. This is about divine love, marriage, commitment, the birth of a new chapter, a new child, a celebration of a coming together. You are moving into abundance, my darling. You are vibrating at the frequency of happiness whenever you choose. And like I said, that's not realistic to expect that is going to be our state all of the time. There are going to be times that you're tired because you had to stay up with the kids, or there are going to be times that you're tired because you've smashed out a massive week, yeah? And when we're hangry, whatever the case may be, meet your needs, your very simple human needs as they arise within you. Get to know self as deeply as possible so that you can deeply connect into what this means for you. So that you have no other choice but to manifest, manifest, manifest anything and everyone and everything that aligns to this. There's a beautiful reading. You are most certainly working with Venus retrograde energy, Pluto retrograde energy, Saturn retrograde energy, and Jupiter retrograde energy. All of the signs are pain, hurt, adversity. The past has taught you a lot. It is no longer time to live there because you have a new address coming up. Take that however that resonates. You have a new address, a new costume to put on, a new chapter to experience in life. Maybe it is even a whole new book to write. And I hope you use that amazing divine fire and passion that is essentially the makeup of who you are to grab that paintbrush and you wave that across that beautiful canvas and make it look however that looks for you. And it will be a masterpiece, and it will be a story, a lighthouse that can be shared with others about how you persevered through pain, how you've healed, how you've grown and learned and still chose love, still chose happiness, and still opened your heart to the frequency of abundance. Yeah, abundance is unique for us all. I am a limitless being, and I can manifest whatever I desire in this physical reality. You are the Empress, male or female, okay? You are a divine child of the universe, and love is your birthright. Divine creativity is your divine birthright and ability. Yeah? So create, make, feel, be, experience, and swim in love. This is a beautiful reading, Aries. Thank you. I hope you got something out of this, and I hope May offers you, as it says here, a beautiful, beautiful gift of divine love, and that first happens in here. Okay? Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Have a great